All right. All right, here we go. So we will be choosing the ultimate zombie survival team. So now, since I just explained it to... All right, I should probably mention that you're here. I am here with Tree Woman.
Hello, I am Treewoman.
Wait, try to speak one more time. I want to make sure it's picking it up.
Hello.
Oh, okay, let me turn your volume up. It has your volume down at -14 while mine is at 0. I'm just going to put them both at -4. There we go.
Okay.
Right, so I just went over the participants with you, so I'll just really quickly scroll over them and then the people watching can
Yeah.
pause to look at it. So
Yeah.
these are all of the people. We have truly stacked the deck in terms of famous people in our tier list thing, our
Mhm.
bracket.
We really have. We have all the best candidates ever.
Well, all the best candidates, and then we just have the guy who made Hamilton.
Well, he gets looped in
Mm-hmm.
automatically, I fear.
Yes. All right. And so, yeah, I guess that, I mean, it's more of a pity vote, really, that he's here than anything. That,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So we are just going to, whatever people make it into the top four are the four people we will agree to
hmm
work with. All right. So let's begin. First of all,
Yes.
Muhammad Ali just moves ahead automatically. He doesn't have any competition, apparently. So, how do I... Okay, hold on. I'll figure this out eventually. I should have done this earlier. Yeah. Oh, maybe I have to do these two. How do I... If I'm... Let's just say... Oh, no. Why didn't... Oh, okay, I don't... Is there a start? Oh, there it is. I didn't start it. Okay, there we go. Now we can do it. So, do you mind if I call you by your actual name, or do you prefer Tree Woman since this will be on the internet?
Uh, let's just do Treewoman.
All right, Tree Woman. The first matchup: long-haired Liam versus Martha Stewart. So
Um,
I think a good way to start this is to discuss the pros and cons that they each bring to the
hmm
group.
Yes.
Yeah, so long-haired
Um,
Liam, pros.
he
He,
owns a lot of swords.
that's what I was thinking. He owns a lot of swords, and
Yeah.
his house is in a pretty decent spot for zombie
hmm
survival. You know, it's
hmm
fairly large, but it's also open. So if a zombie breaks in, we can see it. It has a fenced-in backyard. It has an underground basement area. It's a pretty solid place right there.
Yeah.
So the cons, does he really have any uses or skills?
Um, I don't really know
I mean,
what.
he can play piano, so he could like
Yeah.
serve as the live action distraction. He could be bait for the zombies, but
He's good at dealing blackjack. He's good at dealing blackjack.
and he's a good card dealer. Okay, I think that the card dealer thing is pretty important because we will need some way to forget that the world is falling apart around us as we try to survive the
Exactly.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Martha Stewart, pros, she has drugs.
Nice.
Yep, that's always nice. Cons, literally everything else imaginable.
Yeah.
So, what, I
I'm gonna
person
be so honest. I think I always mix up Martha Stewart and Betty White.
maybe. I just remember the only thing I know about her was I was watching this YouTube video where this guy made a joke about her house being filled with cocaine. That's the only thing I know about her.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I don't even know
So
if it's real or not, but it's just become my head canon that she's a drug dealer now.
it's good.
So I personally think long-haired Liam should win
Yeah.
this over Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have the musician battle: Lady Gaga versus Nigel Tufnell from Spinal
Mm.
Tap.
Mm.
So do you want to start the conversation on this one off?
Okay. Well, What does Lady Gaga have?
Well, Lady Gaga, I mean, on the plus side, she's fairly intelligent, I'd say. She's not super smart,
Yeah,
but she's smarter than Nigel Tufnell. But, I
that
mean,
is well,
my
that's not hard.
cat, yeah, it's not hard. My cat is smarter than Nigel Tufnell. So, she's smarter than Nigel Tufnell, but I don't think that would
Hmm.
matter in any other matchup, because she's not much smarter than most of the people on here, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And so pros, she's smarter than the other candidate, and
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess she's in shape because she goes on tour a lot, so she could probably like punch people. So
Yeah.
yeah, but cons. First of all, she's a diva, so she's going to be
Hmm.
hard to work with. She's going to need all the
Yeah.
manicures and pedicures and all of those stuff, which we can't give in an
It's gonna be
apocalypse.
high maintenance, and we can't do that in the
It's
apocalypse.
going to be high maintenance. She is incredibly political, so we're going to be fighting zombies, and she'll just start ranting about politics, which won't be helpful to either.
No,
Yeah,
politics don't exist in the apocalypse.
yeah, not really. Besides the tech bros still simping for Elon Musk, that'll still happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, Nigel Tufnell. What do you think his pros are?
Um.
This is a long silence.
I'm trying to remember anything.
Okay, well then I could start with Nigel Tufnell. Pros, he is a very funny person. He will bring much
That's
comedic
true.
value,
That's
but
true. We do need
he's not,
comedy.
yes, but he's not funny in the yelly, screamy way like a lot of other people on this list are. His comedy is
Yeah.
very low key and dry, which will be very helpful when the apocalypse
Hmm.
happens, since zombies usually
Because we don't
hunt
want
by
the zombies.
hearing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, pros, he is funny. He has a bajillion guitars, which, according to this zombie game I
That's
have, make great weapons as well.
I bet my zombie book says guitars are good weapons.
It probably does. Do you want to check it really quick?
I'm checking it right now.
Alright. I think if it does, then it's safe to say Nigel Tufnell wins this.
There's a section about guns. Feeny, golf clubs, giraffe, garlic, garden center, garage, gaming. Oh, it doesn't say anything about guitars.
Huh. Okay, well, look.
Okay.
I'll try to look it up on my phone then. There's bound to be some zombie website out there that says if guitars are good or not. Would guitars make a good weapon in a zombie apocalypse? Asking for a friend. There we go. And let's see, what does it say on here? Yeah, there's nothing. Everyone's just talking about guns.
That tracks.
Yeah, so, well,
But
I mean,
okay, be fair. This book does say a flamingo would be a good weapon.
that
So
is
if
true.
a flamingo is, then a guitar has to be.
Yes, that's very true. And if we think about it, what's the best weapon to use on zombies? It's clubs and it's crowbars, because swords, cutting off their limbs doesn't do much. Shooting them, they're already
Yeah.
dead. You can't kill a dead thing again. You need to literally
Exactly.
break their body apart with blunt force trauma, which is
Mhm.
what guitars can do. I mean, Kurt Cobain
That's
once
true.
knocked somebody out by bashing him on the back of the head with a guitar. So
Yeah,
I think Nigel Tufnell wins this.
honestly, me too.
All right, not next. Okay, next up we have composer Chopin versus Mr. Beast.
Hmm.
Right, so I'll start this one off since I know a bit about Chopin. He was a very skinny, very sickly dude who could barely get out of his bed, and all of his piano pieces he composed were just practice and warm-up things he played. And then we both know who Mr. Beast is.
Okay.
So yeah, Do you want to say the potential pros and cons for Mr. Beast, and then I can do Chopin?
He has a lot of money.
Will money matter in the apocalypse, though?
Not well,
I mean,
probably not.
it'll matter some because there'll
A
still be,
little.
yeah, there'll still be some people who will use it, but
It's like when the apocalypse is like when it starts to kind of dwindle and everything becomes almost normal, then you're gonna need to like be able to rebuild stuff.
yeah, that's true if anyone even survives it. But until
Mhm.
then, though, it money. I mean, you can burn it, so I guess that's one
That's
thing.
true.
So lots of potential fire hazards from Mr. Beast.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I do have a good pro for him.
What is it?
So he's like really loud, right? So
Yep.
he'd be great for bait.
That's true. Like we could tie him to a tree somewhere when there's a building we need to get into, and then he would just
Mhm.
scream, "What's up, guys? Hey, it's me, Mr. Beast, and today I have tied myself to a tree surrounded by zombies. If I survive, I get a bajillion of your tax-paying dollars."
Exactly.
Yes, that'll be very helpful. But I also think that'll backfire on us like it would with Lady Gaga being loud, because he'll be
Not if we duct tape his mouth.
true. We could, well, would we have duct tape?
Duct tape is like the most important thing to have sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. So we probably, I think it's safe to assume that we would have duct tape on hand during the apocalypse. So we could duct tape his mouth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, as for Chopin, can you think of any more pros for Mr. Beast?
Not really.
Do you want to run through any cons? I think everybody here knows his cons, but if you want to, we can do that as well.
He's just really annoying.
Yeah, annoying. He's kind of suspicious. He's done some weird stuff in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably, if we're being honest, would be on the files if he was older. He's that type of guy.
Probably.
Now, Chopin, pros, very quiet because he can't do anything. Cons, absolutely useless because all he can do is compose music. And we already have Nigel Tufnell, so who can compose music. I hate to do this because as people, I prefer Chopin, but I think Mr. Beast wins this.
Unfortunately.
Yep, but he's going up against Nigel Tufnell next time, so maybe he won't win that. All right, next up. Oh, were you gonna say something?
No, I just said probably not.
All right, next up, Birdman versus President Theodore Roosevelt. So, yeah, pros and cons. Pros for Birdman. I mean, Birdman, he's sort of like true, he can kind of fly, but not really. Like, he can sort of lift off into the air, but I can't see him doing much else.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think he's that powerful. And then he sort of reminds me of like a jack of all trades sort of thing, where he is slightly above average at everything, but he's a master of nothing. Well, President Theodore Roosevelt, alright, we should go over Birdman's cons. Cons, very talkative.
Yeah.
Which won't be helpful. Theater kid, and they're loud, which won't be helpful. What other nerd, but not a nerd in zombies, a nerd in Star Wars, which won't be helpful.
Yeah, Star Wars are not zombies.
There was like one book where they had zombies in them, but nobody read that book, so I doubt he knows about it. Maybe he does. He might. I mean, if I know about it, he's a bigger Star Wars fan than I am. He probably does. I don't know if he's read it, though. Alright, now, Theodore Roosevelt, pros. The man literally was shot in the chest during a presidential speech and then just continued standing there and giving it with a bullet in his body. Like, he is a literal living tank. I think that's good. He knows how to use a gun. He's a master hunter. Very charismatic,
Yeah.
good leader. He is very intelligent. He knows how to survive
Hmm.
in the wilderness. I think
Hmm.
this is pretty one-sided. President Roosevelt wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, sorry Birdman, but you're a nerd. You
You
cannot
don't get
beat
to
an
go.
yeah, you cannot beat the actual goat president right here.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe you can find a different group.
Yeah, you can go and join what's his name, the like the sheep person from the game that Origin likes.
Mm,
All right, the next
sure.
one, the ultimate British Civil War: Gordon Ramsay versus Shakespeare. My entire
Hmm.
British viewing audience is going to be so divided on this.
The entire one person.
Yes, the one person who watches this is going to undergo mitosis just to be able to process this.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Or no, yeah, it is mitosis. Meiosis is the other thing. All right. So do you want to do the pros and cons for this one?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Well, so Gordon Ramsay actually can cook though.
Mm-hmm.
And he's good at like he can like yell at people and get them to do what he wants.
But he doesn't yell all the time. I think that's an important factor.
Yeah.
And don't forget, he's also a
Yeah, maybe he
black
can
belt.
yell at his. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Huh.
he is. He's a black
But
belt.
I bet he could yell at a zombie and scare it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I can't confirm it, but I think there's been multiple instances of him yelling at grown adult men and making them cry. He could easily scare off a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, do you want to go over Gordon Ramsay's cons now?
Um, he'd think he's the leader,
Mm-hmm.
but we are the leaders.
Yes.
And so there would be a bit of a conflict there,
I
I'd
also,
imagine.
yeah, I also, in nearly every episode of his shows, you never actually see him doing any of the work. He makes everybody else do it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't see
Yeah.
him being willing to help with all of the work we'd need to do in like
No.
building up
All
the
he would do
house.
is cook, and we wouldn't even have good ingredients for him to cook with.
Yep, he would cook and then occasionally he might beat up a zombie or something, but that's it.
Yeah.
No, I think Gordon Ramsay would make like a really good sort of like storehouse guard, maybe. So, you put him
Hmm.
in a storehouse with a shotgun, a guitar, and maybe a bat, like a baseball bat if you can find one.
Hmm.
And then he will guard it, and the zombies won't take our stuff. But if we're all
Yeah.
staying in one place, he's not going to be much help.
Hmm.
Now, Shakespeare.
Hmm. Well, he'd he'd be able to write plays and be able to like entertain us at least.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but would he be a bigger entertainer than Nigel Tufnell is the question. Because we have to consider we're going to be getting up to here soon as well, and then here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Shakespeare, I mean, if assuming we survive, he would be able to turn our story into a play.
that's true.
So that would be pretty cool. Um,
Hmm.
what else? He might be multiple people. There's that rumor going about. So if he is multiple people, that could be really helpful. Or if he has the ability to like clone himself, then we would have unlimited clones to send out to get resources.
Hmm. But would he be able to get
That
resources?
is the question. I mean, every image of him shows him as this fat, short British man, so he probably would not be able to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like other than writing plays, I don't know what else he's good at.
Yes. Oh, coming up with words. He does that.
Oh, that's true. He does do that. I think
Mhm.
we have too many words
True. And we have him to blame
because of
for it.
him. Yeah,
So,
it's his fault.
oh, he would make a great, then hear me out on this, pinata.
Okay.
Whenever we get stressed, we dangle him from the ceiling and then we whack him with Nigel Tufnell's guitars or Liam's swords.
This is true. Like with the weird like accordion collar.
Mm-hmm.
In- Yeah, that would be true, I think.
So who do you think should move on in this round? I personally, I don't know. This one's a difficult one. If I had to choose one, I'd
Yeah,
say
this is
Gordon
hard.
Ramsay, but only by a
Yeah.
tiny bit.
Yeah, like both of them I'm not entirely like
Mm-hmm. All right.
but I think I'm leaning towards Gordon.
All right, then we'll move Gordon Ramsay on. Next up, My Cat versus J.K. Rowling. So I'll do the pros and cons for My Cat, and then you can do it for J.K. Rowling.
Okay.
My Cat pros. I mean, he's cute. He is occasionally cuddly. He's soft to pet. Cons. He's annoying. He's kind of stupid, if I'm being fully honest. He's fat. He's pampered, and he's lazy.
Okay. My dad just got home, so I'm gonna move to my room.
Okay.
Okay, I am back.
All right. So, do I need to go over Daytona's pros and cons again?
Just the cons, I think.
All right. Cons. He is annoying. He is overly clingy. He is lazy. He is fat, and he is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to go over J.K. Rowling's?
Yeah. I think what are her pros? I mean, she can write a book that makes people like it for some reason.
Mm-hmm. She could do that. She could probably I don't know, she could go on Twitter and then make the zombies angry at her on Twitter so they get addicted to that, maybe.
That's true. She could probably do that.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to... I think those are the only pros I can think of.
Yeah, she does not have very many pros. I think, like, her cons are she's just very, like, political again.
Mm-hmm.
Which
very
we still do not need. Very talkative. And,
she's very divisive. She causes lots of division
yeah.
in groups.
And we can't have that with our group.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be very, like, a group.
Yes.
And she's very...
She's not very athletic. She wouldn't be very good in a fight.
like she's probably like breathed in so much mold. Do you know that meme?
Yes.
Yeah, she probably breathed so much mold that the second the zombie apocalypse starts, she's gonna have asthma.
Yeah, that, and she's not very hardworking. I mean, look at how she writes her books.
Yeah.
And and she's kind of weird too. Like the singular Asian character she names Cho Chang. Could you come up with a more, how do I put it, not good name for an Asian character than Cho
Stereotypical.
Chang? Stereotypical, borderline,
Yeah.
not quite, but borderline racist, I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think my cat wins this one, because while
Yeah,
he's
I
not
think your cat.
yeah, while he's not useful, he will bring everybody together, which is more than J.K. Rowling.
Mhm.
All right, next up we have Curtis Cocaine and Malachi. So I'll go over Curtis Cocaine's, and then you can go over Malachi's.
Okay.
All right, Curtis Cocaine. Pros. He is able to beat people up with his guitar. He's actually a fairly intelligent person who has good strategic thinking skills. He makes good music. He is funny, and he doesn't eat a lot of food, so he won't use many of our resources. Cons.
Mhm.
Well, cons. He is dead. And
That will.
yeah, he is dead.
Yeah,
But the
that'll complicate
pros of
things.
him being dead is he knows how to use a shotgun. So even his cons have pros. Now you can go over Malachi's.
Okay. Well, pros. I'm as his former lawyer. I'm 90% sure he's committed a war crime. So I think he'll be fine with beating up zombies.
Probably.
He's actually not that loud per se.
So is he like just one of those people who gets loud when there's a lot of energy?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And he knows a lot about history, so he's and like weapons and stuff like that.
Alright, that would be pretty helpful. What about his cons?
Yeah. He's Malachi.
True.
Like,
Apart from weapons, though, does he have, like, any special skills or anything that would be useful?
I don't think so.
Alright, because I'm just thinking, I'm already here, and I am a master of the arts of combat, so do we really need more weapons experts when we need as as diverse a group as possible, as many skills as possible?
Right. I don't. Yeah, like, other than that, he's, like, he's got war crimes under his belt, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, alright. Personally, I think I'm gonna vote Curtis Cocaine moves on, just because he has more than weapons knowledge. Who do you think should move on?
I think the same, yeah.
Alright, Curtis Cocaine. Next up, Paris Hilton versus Princess Diana. Alright, so
Okay.
yeah, Paris Hilton, pros. I mean, she and I are very distant cousins, so she has a tiny bit
Really?
of my, yeah, really, on my on my mom's father's side, so my maternal grandfather's side, he is loosely related to Paris Hilton. So
Huh.
she has just a tiny bit of the same blood that has created the absolute perfection of a person that is speaking at this very moment. And then cons, she's famous for no reason. She doesn't really have any skills. She's a diva and she's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, Princess Diana, I'd say the pros are she's very meme worthy, and we all know memes are the most powerful form of energy in the universe.
This is true.
Yep. And according to this car show I used to watch called Top Gear, she has one of these giant landmine clearing machines that destroyed landmines and stuff. So that would be very useful. Imagine that against zombies. It's like a giant chainsaw, but a car.
That would be useful.
Right. And then cons, I don't think
She's
Princess
dead also.
True. Yeah, she's dead. So I think Princess Diana should move on here.
Yeah.
And then, oh, this one's gonna be super easy. Taylor Swift versus your brother.
Okay.
All right, so
Hmm.
I'll do Taylor Swift, and you can do the pros and cons for your brother.
Okay.
Taylor Swift pros. Um, I mean, should we grow desperate, at the very least, we can cook and eat her.
Hmm.
And
She does have a jet, but that's not useful if we don't have fuel.
yeah, I think that's really the only thing, because I don't imagine the Swifties will have the same power they do right now in an
No.
apocalypse. They'll be some of the first to
No.
die.
Yeah.
And then
It'll
cons,
happen at a Taylor Swift concert.
yes, they'll just all. That's where the outbreak will begin at. It will be at the Taylor
Yeah.
Swift concert. And then cons, literally everything that is wrong with the world can be summarized with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So now, do you want to go over your brothers?
Well, he's really good for if you feel like lightly training on fighting, specifically punching. That's what I do.
So he is
Um,
good to punch.
yeah.
All right, that is helpful.
He also could probably be good bait.
How fast of a runner is he?
He is not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he would be good bait, but he wouldn't be like proper good bait, because the best bait
Yeah.
is something that can both stand there and distract the things and then get away from them before it's caught.
Yeah. Like, he is weird, so he's kind of fun to watch sometimes.
All right, so he
But
is.
cons, he never shuts up
Oh no.
ever. So
Yeah, but I mean, does Taylor? If we're thinking about though, Taylor Swift never shuts up either.
that is true.
So I think that your brother moves on, because at the very least we can use
He's
him
not
as
Taylor
bait.
Swift.
And he's not Taylor
Yeah.
Swift. He has a little bit of talent somewhere for something. Taylor Swift does not.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the one
He
I've
is
been.
actually okay, yeah.
Oh, well, no, you
No,
can
I was
go
just
on.
say also he's very like okay with just going up to people and trying to attack them.
Oh, okay, that makes him
So
slightly
he's
better
very
bait.
stupidly brave.
Yes, that will be necessary. We will need somebody to act as the sacrifice at some point.
Yeah.
Alright, next, so this is the one I've been waiting for. Elon Musk versus Karl Marx. Far left versus far right.
Okay.
Do you
I
want...
don't know if I know who Karl Marx is.
He's the guy who made communism.
Oh.
Yeah, he wrote like the communist agenda or something like that.
Okay then.
Yep. All right. Do you want to do Elon Musk since you
Yeah,
recommended him? All right.
I'll do Elon Musk. Okay, so pros. I don't know. He has like Tesla, I guess.
I guess that's true. Gasoline-powered cars will stop working at some point during the
Yeah.
apocalypse.
Yeah, so then we'll have access to all the Teslas ever.
Is that really, though, necessarily a pro? Like, honestly, I think
No.
personally I would take death over going to fight zombies in a Cybertruck.
Me too. That would be embarrassing.
Exactly. You would die of
Um,
embarrassment, and that's a worse way to go than in a blaze of glory against zombies.
yeah, he's trying to make Mars habitable. It's not succeeding, but
So he's ambitious.
yeah. And then cons, well, he was friends with Donald Trump. And then they broke up
in Pride
during
Month.
Pride Month.
Yeah, that's a big con. Another con, he's kind of stupid if we're being fully honest.
Yeah, you know what? The actual what's his name? I don't know. Nicholas something Tesla.
Nikola Tesla.
Nikola. He'd actually probably hate Elon.
He totally would. They would, because Nikola, he's actually intelligent. He wouldn't be like, let's make an AI, but it can generate child porn. He would be like, how about we get rid of the AI and we fix the government and the infrastructure?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now, are there any more cons of Elon's you want to bring up?
I think everything wrong with America is partially his fault.
Yeah, alright. Now, Karl Marx. Pros. The guy's a meme, so he has the same meme power as Princess Diana. Pros. He too, like Elon Musk, is ambitious. And pros, he has the most glorious beard you will ever see. And then cons, pretty much his cons are exactly like Elon's, except they are in reverse on the opposite side of the political spectrum.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm gonna say Karl Marx moves ahead just for the memes though, because at least he has that. Elon doesn't get that.
Yeah.
What? So do you want Karl Marx to move on or Elon Musk?
Probably Karl Marx.
Alright. Next up, Caleb versus Kanye West. Caleb, do you want to do Kanye and then I do Caleb? Or do you want to do Caleb and then I do Kanye?
I'm not sure I know enough about either.
Okay, then I can just do both. Pros for Caleb, very hardworking, actually intelligent. Yeah, very hardworking, actually intelligent. Decent strategic skills, not quite as good as my own, but he would be a solid number 2 should something happen to me. And that... Oh, and also the proper type of nerd. He would know a lot about zombies and illnesses and infections.
Yeah.
And then cons, really his only con is that he is skinny and not fit. So he wouldn't be much help in a fight, but I mean, as we talked about with Malachi up here, we already have me and potentially Theodore Roosevelt, so we won't need many other fighters. Now, Kanye, pros, Kanye is funny. Cons, Kanye is funny for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, pros though, he hates Taylor Swift. That's another one.
Oh. Yeah.
But then cons, he's also Kanye West. Like, just his name alone is like, ew, you know?
Yeah.
I think this is pretty one-sided for
It's Caleb. Yeah, it's Caleb.
Hold on. Yes. What is it? He's not in here. He's in Mom's room. No, he's been in Mom's room for like 2 hours. I'm sorry. Every single night, even though Aslan, our other cat, is inside, Winter comes in. Have you let him outside, even though you've been upstairs for 2 hours? I don't know when I'd let him outside, but... Speaking of Winter, next up, Oprah versus Winter.
Okay.
Which one of them do you want to do?
I'll do Oprah, I guess.
Alright. What are Oprah's pros and cons, Treewoman? You have the world's attention right now.
I'm pretty sure, like, when she was popular, she could get, like, a lot of people were on her side. Like, they were just like, oh, this is what Oprah says, so it must be right.
So she's
So
a
she's very,
master manipulator.
yeah, she's like cult.
Mm-hmm.
And, and she, like, had her big show and all of that. And so she has, like, the popular and also the meme.
Mm-hmm.
Cons, I don't actually know if she'd be all that helpful for, like, fighting or if she's all that, like, good at strategy or survival in general.
Yeah. I think the only thing Oprah would really be good at would be like managing the social situation.
Yeah.
So, keeping everybody happy and sort of acting as almost like
Yeah.
the ambassador.
Yeah. Like a mediator.
Mm-hmm, a mediator. Yeah, maybe potentially a therapist or part
I thought I was gonna
therapist.
be the therapist.
Yes, but she could be your therapist.
Oh, not my hand.
Yes, you know what they say, that usually every single therapist has their own therapist.
Yeah, that's probably true.
What about her cons?
Well, I was saying that it's just like I don't know if she's particularly good at
Yeah.
anything else useful.
Yep. Can you think of any others except that?
Um, I don't actually like. I never watched the show, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she's like she's also just not that popular anymore. Anyway.
Yeah, after her like 50th comeback, I think people just stopped caring.
Yeah, so she doesn't have the popular anymore. She's the meme.
Yes, and popularity isn't gonna help, but popularity though isn't gonna help much in an apocalypse anyway.
That's true.
Alright, now I will go over Winter if you're finished speaking about Oprah.
Yeah.
Alright, Winter pros. Honestly, I hate to do this, but she doesn't have many pros in a zombie apocalypse. Like, let me just go over her cons, and then the world can understand why. Cons: she doesn't like going outside. She doesn't like eating weird food. She doesn't like anything slimy, sticky, or quote unquote gross. She's not very good at fighting. She doesn't like thinking strategically or planning stuff. She's not very good at like building or maintenance or anything. The only thing she does really have is that she would be willing to do all of the housework.
Mm.
Yeah, so with those said, who do you think should move on, Laurel? I'm gonna have you answer first, so that way Winter doesn't murder me.
Honestly, maybe Winter.
You think so?
Like, I don't know what. Like, at least she'd be willing to do the maintenance and housework and all of that. I don't know what Oprah would be okay with doing.
Yeah, that's true. Winter would be willing to like sweep, and she's not really good at organizing stuff, but she'd like sweep and clean up stuff as long as it's not bloody or gross. So, assuming that we are located in Liam's house, which I feel it's safe to say that we're making that the official go-to haven in an apocalypse, Winter'd probably be willing to clean it.
Okay.
So yeah, for me, I don't really know, because like, yes, while it would be important to have the house clean, we would also need somebody to help manage the social group.
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't really, so far, have many people who could do that on here. Yeah, well, besides maybe Daytona would bring them together, but he wouldn't manage them because he's a cat. And Winter's just too introverted to be able to do something like that easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like this is one that that would probably best be solved with like a coin flip or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Do you have a coin nearby you? I don't think I have one.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, we'll make Winter heads and Oprah tails.
Heads.
All right, we made Winter heads, so Winter moves on ahead of Oprah. And next up, we have the Kardashians, the entire family versus Larry the Cable Guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want which of them do you want to do, or should I do both of them?
You can do both of them.
All right, the Kardashians pros. There's a lot of them, so potential flesh bags, I guess, potential sacrifices. Cons, they're lazy, they're entitled, they're stupid, they're vain, they're arrogant, they are pretentious, and they are pure evil.
Yeah.
Now, Larry the Cable Guy, pros, he voiced Tow Mater from the Cars movies, so I think that's a pretty big one right there, because Mater is funny, so therefore Larry the Cable Guy is funny. He's a cable guy, so he'd be good with electricity. That's another big pro. And then cons, he's a bit of an unknown factor, I'd say, because like we don't really know what all, apart from his electrician skills and his funny voice, he would bring to the group. We don't know if it would be positive things or negative things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think personally, I think Larry the Cable Guy's the better choice. It's better to bet on the potential of evilness versus just literally the incarnation of Satan himself.
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy moves on. Next up, Julius Caesar versus the Queen. Rest in peace.
Okay.
Which of them do you want to go over?
I can do maybe Julius Caesar.
All right, so you can go over Julius Caesar, and then I'll do the Queen.
Okay. Well, pros, he was in charge of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Rome? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Rome.
Rome.
He knows how to fight. Every single Roman knew how to fight.
Yeah, he knows how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knows how to fight by default. Was this when they elected?
I think so, but I think Julius Caesar is like famous for manipulating or killing his way to the top, maybe.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, though. I don't remember Roman history that much, but I thought he got to the way through some shady, mean dealings.
Okay, well then he'd be okay with, like, being sent out to go, like, fight zombies.
Very much so. He's a Roman. He would beg to go out there and fight his way through a Walmart
he'd
collecting
want
resources.
To go fight. He'd want to... We could use him as, like a guard, or, like, our first, like, like, the head of our army.
Yes.
Not an army, but defense.
Yes, he would be the perfect person to put in charge of organizing the defense and like the watches and all of that.
Yeah.
Now, what about his cons?
Again, he is also dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very like arrogant and and Fady and all of that. And
Mhm.
so he'd also probably want to be in charge and try and get us killed.
And don't forget, he also got assassinated by an absolute
Yeah.
rando, so he is not a tank like Teddy Roosevelt. The
Yeah.
moment a zombie gets to him, he's basically dead.
Yeah.
Alright. Are you finished, or do you have more?
I think that's all off the top
Alright.
of my head.
The Queen pros, I'm pretty sure she was in like the military as a mechanic at one point, which would be incredibly helpful.
Hmm.
And everybody, even to this very day, loves the Queen, at least ironically. So she wouldn't be
Hmm.
too divisive of a figure given that she's royalty.
Hmm.
And I always felt like the Queen was the least pretentious of the British royalty. You know, she
Yeah.
always sort of felt like the type of person who, should World War III happen, would be like the only leader who would actually go to the battlefield to lead from there instead of just sitting in her $1 billion house like, oh yeah, just have the military handle it. But
Hmm.
then cons, she's dead, she's old, and
Yeah.
she might have dementia as well.
Mm.
So who are you thinking for this?
Skill wise and all of that, probably Julius, but also he'd probably try to stage a mutiny.
Yeah, that's the big problem. Like, he would work well with us for probably 3 to 6 months, something like that. But then after that, that's when he would start scheming to take over, and then he'd just cause more problems. So we'd have to get rid of him by the 6 month period at the latest. So I
Yeah.
think the Queen is a better long-term solution because, like, I
Hmm.
can't see her trying to stage a mutiny in an apocalypse. She'd be willing to put her
Not
pride
really.
aside for it.
Yeah.
And while she can't
Yeah.
really fight, she did do mechanics in the military, so she'd be able to keep our
Yeah.
equipment working. So,
Which is something we don't have yet.
yeah, so I think the Queen should move on ahead.
Probably the queen.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Steve from Minecraft versus Will Ferrell, the actor.
Okay.
I'll let you do Steve because you recommended him, and then I'll do Will Ferrell.
Okay. Well, Steve is from Minecraft, so assuming he's on survival mode, he has experience fighting zombies,
Mm-hmm.
technically. And and a lot of other things. Um he well, depending on who the rest of the crew is, he'd probably be able to keep spirits up a little
I mean,
bit.
he is literally Jack Black's personality, and Jack Black is usually
Yeah.
pretty good at that.
Yeah. Um and like he too, he could probably, like, I imagine he could cook pretty good.
I mean, he did make Steve's lava chicken.
Exactly.
And
Um
I also would say a big one is that he knows how to build.
yeah, that's true. He knows how to build, and so he can make us, assuming Liam's house doesn't work, he can build us like a good base.
And very hardworking and loyal as well.
Yeah. And I sorry.
No, you can go on.
And I assume he would come with all his pets, which is also a good buff.
Yes, that'd be a good little military right there.
Mhm.
Now, what are Steve's cons?
He's in a video game.
True. He's in a video game. He is potentially a little bit delirious, I'd say.
Yeah. He's very, like, maybe like optimistic to a fault.
I'd also say a big one would be he is potentially a little bit too ambitious. Because, like, he would want to
Yeah.
find a cure to the apocalypse, When
Yeah,
really,
and there is no cure.
yeah, there is really no cure, as your book says. The only real option is to hide out
Is to
until
kill
all the
them.
zombies decay into rot or kill them all.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any other cons for Steve?
So he would really just that he would try and guilt trip us into looking
Mm-hmm.
for a cure that does not exist. Um, but other than that, really just like that he's in a video game, and so like our world would work different probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, Will Ferrell, pros. He was Buddy the Elf from the movie Elf. And what other pros? He is tall, so we could easily use Will Ferrell
Mm,
as like we could like get a ladder and then have him climb up the ladder in a forest to look over it to see where the zombies are. And then cons, Will Ferrell's cons kind of remind me of like Larry the Cable Guys because we don't really know what he
yeah,
would bring. There's not
yeah,
much known about what his personality is like outside of movies. So I think
yeah,
this is a pretty easy win for Steve.
yeah. It's Steve.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up we have My Brother Harry versus Joan of Arc.
Okay.
Do you know who Joan of Arc is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to go over hers then, and I go over Harry?
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
Harry. Pros. I mean, Harry's pros is he is extremely creative, I guess, but I don't know if that would be helpful in an apocalypse. Um, I
Hmm.
mean, he's funny, but his humor is all ironic. So, and we already have Nigel Tufnell, whose humor is slightly better, actually a lot better, and
Yeah.
he is a lot quieter.
Yeah.
And then cons, Harry doesn't like hard work. He doesn't like eating picky foods. He doesn't mind
Hmm.
going outside, but he prefers being inside, and he doesn't really know how to work. So he wouldn't be helpful in maintenance or carrying stuff around, organizing stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then you can go over Joan of Arc.
Well, she'd also probably like actively want to like fight
Mm-hmm.
and
I kind of.
she
Oh, you can continue. Sorry.
no, it's good. Go on.
All right, I was gonna say I kind of feel like Joan of Arc is almost like the good version of Julius Caesar. Where is he?
That's what I was thinking. Like
Yes,
she'd be good for fighting and all of that,
yeah,
but she doesn't seem like she'd want to start a mutiny.
yeah. She's like she would be what Julius Caesar would be in his first 3 to 6 months.
Yes.
And can you think of any cons for Joan of Arc?
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only one I can think of, and I even hate to bring this up, but according to at least some of the historical things I've briefly glanced at, though again, I can't confirm it, she's kind of short. So that's like the only one I can think of. And that might also count as a partial pro as well, because while she wouldn't
That's
be able to
true.
reach high up stuff, she would be harder for the zombies to latch onto.
Hmm.
So
That's
I
true.
kind of feel like Joan of Arc is honestly potentially the perfect warrior class person to have in a group.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she should move on.
I think she would. Yeah, she
Yeah.
moved on.
Next up, oh no, it's the battle of the bad celebrities. Dwayne The Rock Johnson versus that moron who made Hamilton.
Okay.
Do you want to go
I'll
over The
do
Rock? Or would you
sure.
or did you want to do the guy who made Hamilton?
I'll let you rant about the guy who did Hamilton.
Okay, you can go over The Rock then.
Okay. Well, he was originally like a wrestler, so he technically could fight and like throw chairs at zombies.
Yeah, throw chairs.
He has Sorry.
Oh, I was just
He
gonna
has
say he
the
could probably one punch their heads off as well.
that is true. He is very like fit.
Mm-hmm.
And he has like he also has the meme ability.
Yep.
Um he's very fit and all of that. But the cons are that he's kind of fallen off.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not very popular for wrestling anymore, and wrestling is already staged.
Yep.
So
Yeah. I feel like he has a lot of other cons. Like he's very much a yes
yeah,
man. You know, he doesn't think for himself, which while we do need people who will at the end of the day listen to us, we also need people who can present their own ideas to the group that you and I
well
potentially
also
might not think of.
yeah. Well also he's very like he because like if you've heard of his movie contracts where he's not allowed
Mm-hmm.
to like die, he's basically the same character throughout all of them. He's very one note
Yep.
and kind of wants to be the main character.
Yeah, which will be a big problem because he'll think it's like a Fast and the Furious movie, so he'll go out there with a
Yeah.
gun, bring on the zombies, motherfuckers, and then he'll just start shooting everything and then punching stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, you have more cons of his to go over?
Um I not off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, alright. That moron who made Hamilton, pros, he can rap. That's like the only pro he has. And then cons, where do I even begin with this? Cons, first of all, he is not very creative. The one thing he has done that people enjoy is just him telling the life story of Alexander Hamilton through a big rap battle, if you think about it. It's just epic rap battles of history. That's like the only thing he's ever done. His lyrics suck. He does way too much intermittent rhyming wordplay without understanding what any of it means, leaving it as this mindless, empty void of absolute nothingness. He is not intelligent. He is not hardworking. He's not funny. He's not entertaining. He's not amusing. He's not smart. He's not creative. He doesn't have any physical skills. He doesn't know how to fight. He doesn't know how to plan out stuff. He doesn't even know how to keep his own story staying good. He is not loyal. He is not very good at many things. And on top of that, he made Hamilton, which is the bane of my existence, along with like 85 other things.
So Dwayne moves on.
Yes, pretty easily. Because I'd rather take a wannabe anime main character over the guy who made Hamilton.
Yeah.
Unless you disagree, and then we can debate on it.
No, I think you're right on that one. I don't think Lin-Manuel Miranda would be all that useful.
All right, Dwayne The Rock Johnson somehow moves on. All right, next up we have Emmy versus David. So which of them do you want to do?
I'll do Emmy.
All right, then I can do David.
Pros. I don't know if you know this. She works with children, so she's good at getting people to kind of like. I think she'd be good at giving instructions or like making sure people follow them. And she where she works is like a gymnast place, so I assume she can do gymnastics. Maybe. Maybe not. And I think like she's not all that like noise. Like we've talked about other people that are way too noisy, and I don't think she'd be that. And yeah.
Right,
Cons, I'm pretty sure. Sorry.
No,
what?
you can go on.
I'm pretty sure she has a bad knee.
All right. Is that the only con?
Yeah, I think she'd be good if she didn't have a pet.
Yeah. All right. Now, David, which David is this? By the way, there's multiple Davids.
Oh, I imagine the one you guys are always mad about for some reason.
Oh, okay, that David, the nerd cringe David. All
Yeah.
right. Pros, none, zip, zilch, zero. He has no pros. Cons, lack of intelligence, lack of charisma, lack of anything interesting, lack of combat skills, lack of strategic ability. Oh, lack of life survival skills as well.
He has had somebody do a mutiny on him. So,
Yes. So you see, he doesn't have many pros. I think Emmy moves on.
yeah.
Okay. Next up, Amelia Earhart and Ethan. Do you want to do Amelia Earhart?
Sure.
All right.
She can fly
And
a
unlike
plane.
Birdman, she can actually fly.
Yeah, she can actually fly. Um, she's like ambitious, but in a good way. Like not, I wouldn't say overly ambitious.
Yeah, not like Steve. She would understand the realism of
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah. Like I imagine she has some good like survival skills.
Yeah.
Maybe not fighting, but like other ones
Yeah, like she'd
that we
know how
don't
to
have enough
start a
of.
fire and what plants
Yeah.
to eat, stuff like that.
Yeah. Um like all of that. I think her only cons are that she's dead and that we don't know where she is.
Yep. All right. Now, Ethan, pros. He is an absolute meme lord. He can come up with memes and meme references on the spot like that. It is just insane how he can do that. Um, what other pros does he have? He is Caleb's brother, but he didn't inherit any of Caleb's genius. If anything, he went in the opposite direction in that department. So, yeah, take of that what you will.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh, apparently when he gets invested in something, he remains invested in it. So if we could get him to set his mind to keeping the group alive, he would make sure everybody lives. The problem is he's very difficult to get to do stuff like that. Now, cons. Ethan's cons are, well, first of all, while he's not loud, he very much does talk a lot. So he wouldn't attract zombies, but after a while it would get a bit annoying. He is more about the
Yeah.
memes and the good time vibes than about anything else. And he is chronically online, so he's not going to have much real world experience.
Yeah.
I think Amelia Earhart wins this pretty easily.
Yeah, probably.
Right, next up, the battle of the Sophicula right here. Jordan versus Sophie. I'll do Jordan. Wait, do you want to do Jordan or Sophie? You know both of them.
I'll do Sophie.
All right, then I can do Jordan. Jordan, pros. He is an absolute real life aura farmer. I'm not gonna lie, he knows how to get that aura. He is the right type of nerd. He has seen so many shows and played so many games with zombies in them. He would know what to do. His house would honestly, if Liam's house falls through, his house would make a good second potential base. It's out in the middle of nowhere, really. There's not many people around. It's easily defendable, has a big fence. And on top of that, as well, his parents have like a bajillion cars, and cars would make good weapons against zombies. Cons. Unfortunately, Jordan isn't exactly the fittest person out there, so he wouldn't be much help in fighting. Right, now you can go over Sophie's.
I think Sophie is like a very like a quiet funny. Like she's not very loud. She's just like funny in general. So she could also like keep spirits up in a way. Well, okay, except that I think her humor is a bit depressing, but that's okay. I think her cons are that she's very like Winter. I don't think she wants to be outside that much.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's very inside, and she's very like she has interests that like would not be very like
She would
I
think
don't know
it
what
would
I'm
be
saying.
fun. She would think it would be worth it to go out of the way on a survival mission so that she could get an anime cosplay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like she'd see an anime cosplayer zombie and be like, I could fix it. I could fix them.
Yeah, she would do that.
And as
well.
we all know, there is no cure.
Yes, so that wouldn't be very helpful. I also would say that she would be too interested in the zombies' feet as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
probably.
I mean, I don't really know because I want to pick Sophie, but if we're being logical, I think Jordan's the better choice.
I think I'm on the same boat, yeah.
So I'm sorry, Sophie, but Jordan moves on. We have to be logical. This is zombie survival here. Alright, next up, Keanu Reeves versus Quentin Tarantino. So, which of them do you want to do?
I don't know if I really know either of them that much.
Alright, then I can do both of them. Keanu
Okay.
Reeves, pros. Keanu Reeves knows how to do combat. He knows how to drive all sorts of different types of vehicles. He's actually a good marksman and fighter. He does all of his own stunts on his own, and he's fairly durable as well. Not to mention he's intelligent and he's very quiet. Cons, he doesn't really have many cons. I mean, he's probably the only genuinely good celebrity in the world. The only con he has is that he's kind of getting up there in age, so while he would be useful, it would only be for short spurts before he'd need rest. Now, Quentin Tarantino, pros, it would be funny to rage bait him. He's very easy to rage bait. What else? He doesn't mind blood, so I guess like he could go and scavenge the dead zombies we kill for resources.
Loot them.
Yeah, loot them. Cons, he's a twat. So yeah, he's a twat. He doesn't have any fighting or survival skills, and he's just not that good of a person. I think Keanu Reeves should move on.
Yeah.
Next up, Walt Disney versus Alexander the Great.
Okay.
Which of them do you want to cover?
I guess I can do Walt Disney.
Alright, what are Walt Disney's pros and cons?
Pros. I'm pretty sure he was like pretty ambitious when he was trying to do like animation and all of that. And also he made all of the parks.
True.
Like all the Disneylands and the Disney Worlds. So he'd probably let us stay there. Like he'd kick everyone out and we'd be able to stay in the parks.
I don't know, that might not be a great place to stay, just given that it's very open. If there's only 6 of us, it'd be very difficult to keep the entire park secure. Maybe if it was Hollywood Studios, we could do it, but not really any of the others. And that's in Orlando and wherever the other one is, big cities.
Yeah, California.
So while he would have resources, I can't really see them being used personally.
No. Like cons, he's also dead. and possibly frozen in that one ride. Who knows?
Yeah. I also kind of
Um,
feel like he would also want to be the leader. He was very specific
yeah,
about stuff. I don't think he'd
yeah,
mute.
like
He wouldn't do a mutiny like Julius
no,
Caesar, but he very much would
no.
argue every chance he'd get.
Yeah, like he'd be mad if we didn't think his idea was good enough
Mm-hmm.
because it probably wouldn't be because he's an animator and not
A
like
survival
a
person.
zombie expert. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have anything else about Walt Disney you want to bring up?
Um, I guess that's it. I can't think of much.
All right, well then I'll do Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great pros. He was one of the most successful military commanders in history. So he would probably be pretty good at mapping out I don't think he'd be good at mapping out fights against zombies because that's a different type of creature when going to fight against
Yeah.
it. It's more animalistic than humans, but he would be good at like coming up with like reading maps and coming up with different locations to go and all of that sort of stuff, the logistics side of
Mhm.
strategy. And on top of
Yeah.
that, he was a pretty decent sword fighter, so he'd probably, which wouldn't be great against zombies, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
Mhm.
And on top of that, for a while, he did rule, like, I don't know, a good portion of the ancient world. So
Yeah.
if he works with us, he might be able to convince them to put himself as ruler again, and then we could easily escape
Mm.
America where the outbreak will start, and then we'd have probably 6 to 12 months to prepare over in Egypt for it to reach us there.
Yeah.
Then Hans, he's dead, and
Yeah.
he died pretty easily, I believe. I believe he got like seduced by somebody and killed or something like that. So he's not
Oh.
exactly the most loyal person out there, if I'm remembering correctly. I think Alexander the Great should move on. Because personally, what do you think?
Probably. I don't think Walt Disney would be very helpful
Yeah,
in the apocalypse.
not really. No. Can you get off my mouth, please? Thank you. He was climbing on my mouth. Alright, Alexander the Great. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be a legendary battle. Aquafina versus Evan.
Wait, what has done? I know I've heard it before, but I can't remember.
She's the annoying lady who voices like half of the modern animated female characters. So, she's
Uh,
got like that really high pitched, kind of scratchy voice like this, and then she did like the rap song in the remake of the Little Mermaid movie.
um,
I'm sure you've heard of the meme. It's the one that goes like whack, shika, whack, whack. That one.
probably, yeah.
So, do you want to do Evan then?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think e- I don't know.
Should I just do both of them then?
You can if you want, yeah.
Alright. Aquafina, pros, potential human sacrifice.
Nice.
Cons, yeah, that's always a very good one. Cons, she is loud, she is irritating, she makes me feel like burning down the entire world even more than I already do. She brings out the worst in people, and she does not know when to shut the fuck up. Now, Evan. Pros. Evan is fit, and he knows how to
Mm-hmm.
fight. He knows how, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, apparently he got beaten up a lot by Evie as a kid, so, I think that would teach you how to fight
Oh
pretty
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so pros, those. Pros, he's hardworking, he's fairly intelligent, and he's quiet as well.
Yeah.
Cons, really the only con that I can see with Evan is he might not be the easiest person to work with. He is Greek, and they can be pretty stubborn.
Hmm.
Yeah, he might be a bit difficult, but assuming we get Jordan pretty high up, he might be easy to work with. And I don't know.
Yeah.
He might be easy to work with already. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him in like 2 years, so maybe he's gotten a
Right.
lot less stubborn as he's gotten older.
Hmm.
And even with that, though, it only is like a minor thing, I'd say, because for the most part, I think he'd be pretty agreeable. So I think Evan should move
Yeah.
on.
Probably, yeah.
Next up, we have Genghis Khan versus Kaden. You cannot get two different types of man than this. They are on the complete opposite ends of the manliness spectrum. Do you
We
want?
might not even have to go into the pros and cons. I think we already know.
Yes, Kaden, obviously. Because we're totally not talking about Genghis Khan, who actually knows what he's doing, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes. It's totally Kaden. Kaden moves on.
Yep.
Because we have made the right choice here.
We already have so many people that know how to fight.
Yep, but we've got Joan of Arc, we've got Keanu Reeves, we've got The Rock.
We got that one president.
Theodore Roosevelt, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Who needs Genghis Khan, who would ride out and probably solo all the zombie hordes by himself, when we could have the performative male Kaden? And then next up we have Pablo Escobar versus Billie Eyelash.
Okay.
Which of them do you want to talk about?
I'll do Billie Eyelash.
Alright. Pablo Escobar, pros. He is a criminal mastermind. He thinks like you and I do. So he would be a pretty good person to help bounce ideas off of, because he would agree with everything we say. And even though we did argue that's a con for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I say it's a pro for Pablo Escobar because reasons.
Right. Context matters.
Exactly. And the context here is Pablo Escobar, cool. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, eh. And then pros for also Pablo Escobar. He has many, many drugs, and he probably knows how to shoot a gun and is pretty street smart. Cons, he is dead, and he was a famous drug kingpin, so at some point he would start to smelt the dead zombies' bodies to create a new type of drug, which would probably just attract more zombies to the smell.
Yeah.
Alright, and now you can go over Billie Eyelash.
Okay, Billie Eyelash, Rose. I mean, a lot of people like her, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So she has the reach if we need to like make deals with other groups.
So that's true.
She's like, I'm pretty sure she's also pretty quiet, and she's not all that divisive.
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
I mean,
like, she's very to herself, I think.
Yeah, I remember once she made some negative comments about how ugly people should not be in relationships, but I think that's the only thing she's done, which by celebrity standards isn't too bad.
Yeah. And then like a lot of people like her music.
Mm-hmm.
Pros, I mean, cons.
Oh, sorry. I just thought of one more pro that should probably be
Oh,
brought
okay, go
up.
ahead.
I'm also
Yeah, go ahead.
thinking she likes creepy, weird stuff, so sort of like Quentin
That's
Tarantino,
true.
she'd probably be fine
That's
digging
true.
around dead zombies, picking out any useful stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now you can do the cons.
And then cons, she does. I'm pretty sure she just would not know how to fight. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine she's kind of pacifist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think she'd want to fight.
Yeah.
Like, she'd also be like, "No, guys, we can find a cure." And as we all
Mm-hmm.
know,
There is no
there is
cure.
no cure. Sorry, guys. So I think it's clear who we're doing.
Yes, Pablo Escobar.
Yes.
Alright, now next up we go up here, Muhammad Ali versus long-haired Liam.
Hmm.
And so now that we've gone over everyone's pros and cons, I feel like we can just talk about who we believe should move on and why. We don't have to go over
Yeah.
pros and cons again.
Yeah.
For this one, I don't know. While long-haired Liam's house and swords would be useful resources, I
Right.
I feel like we could also get those pretty easily without him. Like it'd take extra effort, yeah, but
Hmm.
we'd be getting Muhammad Ali, who's considered one of, if not the greatest boxer of all time. And boxing is blunt
Yeah.
damage. So,
Yeah.
so I think personally Muhammad Ali should move on
It's
unless.
probably
Mhm.
yeah.
Unless, do you
I
have
think
anything
so.
to add?
Um, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right.
All right, Muhammad Ali. Next up, I think this one's pretty easy as well. Nigel Tufnell versus Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, that's easy,
Yeah,
hands down.
Nigel Tufnell.
Yeah.
And then this one's pretty easy as well. Theodore Roosevelt versus Gordon Ramsay. I think Theodore Roosevelt moves on.
Yeah. Yeah, Theodore.
Right, and now my cat Daytona versus Curtis Cocaine. Who do you think should move on?
Okay. Um. Hmm. I'm not entirely sure. It is your cat.
Mm-hmm. That is true. My thinking is we're trying to do this based purely off of logic. Like, that's why we eliminated
Yes.
Sophie for Jordan. So, if we apply the
Yeah.
same rules here, we should probably choose Curtis over
Yeah.
Daytona.
That's true.
Yeah, and
Because
mhm. Hmm?
Daytona doesn't even have hands.
Yeah, not really. He doesn't have hands. He's not very good at fighting either, so we couldn't. He's not like a regular cat who you could pick up and throw at a zombie and they'd at least distract it by scratching it. He would just like curl up into a ball and then just sort of bash off the zombie's head and fall on the floor.
Yeah. He can't even hunt for mice that we could grill.
Yeah, he can't even hunt for mice. I mean, he is the laziest little bastard you will ever meet. So, I'm sorry, Daytona, but Curtis moves on. He just gave me the saddest puppy dog eyes and then meowed at me.
I think he understood you.
Yes. There was the look of someone like, I understand, brother, why you must move on without me. Go, I'll be fine. It was that type of look. Now we have Princess Diana versus your brother.
Hmm. Okay.
I'll let you lead the discussion on this one. Who do you think should move on?
Um, I feel like this is hard because I actually know my brother, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to take him.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, then I say Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah, your brother, I think he would be more distraction than he would be helpful.
Yeah.
Alright, next up we have Karl Marx versus Caleb. So, Yeah, I think Caleb, it's pretty easy. Karl Marx, while he does have the meme ability, and it would be funny to like, like let's say we go and we encounter another group and they ask, oh, hey, who all is in your group? Karl Marx. While that would be funny, I don't feel like ultimately it's equal to losing a potential member spot. While Caleb is very much worthy of potentially being in the top 4, honestly, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say off the bat he's a top 4 contender.
Yeah.
Next up, Winter versus Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay.
Which one do you think should move on?
I think maybe Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, I think so too. I just, he can do wires and like cable stuff. Mm-hmm. Not to mention his voice is funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Winter, but just in a zombie apocalypse, you're not that useful, and we have to be logical here.
And logically, it's Larry the Cable Guy.
Exactly. Larry the Cable Guy is logically the best choice. That means technically Larry the fucking Cable Guy's made it to round 3 in this. That's how you know this is a goated bracket right here.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Queen, rest in peace, versus Steve from Minecraft. I don't really know, because I want to pick the Queen because I hate the Minecraft movie, but objectively, Steve is probably the better choice, because while the Queen is a mechanic, and she would provide like good moral support and charisma, Steve just can do more because he's a lot younger.
Yeah, also
he brings an army.
Assuming we're doing this based off of, if they're currently dead, we're doing it based off of the age they were when they died.
Yep.
The Queen's already really old and doesn't do mechanics anymore.
Yeah, true. She'd have to like she'd probably walk Caleb through it, but looks like she'd be going up against Caleb next round anyways. So I think we should move Steve on ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Queen, rest in peace. Right. Joan of Arc versus Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I think this is pretty one-sided. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dwayne "The Rock" is just a wrestler, which is scripted. And she actually fought.
Yeah, like she went and fought the Italians or the British or something for the French and beat them up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we have Emmy versus Amelia Earhart. I don't know. I think Amelia Earhart should probably move on. She can do everything that Emmy could do, and she has survival skills without a bad knee.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Amelia Earhart moves on here.
And also, she has arguably the most interesting death on here.
Pretty easily, yeah. Her or Curtis Cocaine.
Yeah.
At some point in the future, we should do a death bracket of who had the most intriguing death. Yes,
think
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can talk about that later.
Right, yeah.
Next up, Jordan versus Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
I don't really know, because while Keanu Reeves brings in a lot of good skills, his big weakness is he is a lot older than Jordan.
Yeah.
And Jordan knows a lot of nerd stuff, so he'd probably be more helpful in the survival parts, which we have less of than fighting.
That's true. We do already have a lot of fighting and such.
Not to mention we have Joan of Arc and Muhammad Ali moving on, and both of them are probably, if we're being fully honest, better fighters than Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so while I hate for Keanu Reeves to die, and I will hope that he survives the apocalypse, I think we have to bring in Jordan instead. Next up, we have Alexander the Great versus Evan. What are you thinking for this matchup?
I feel like it's kind of even.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, Alexander the Great has more pros, but he also has, more unknowns about him. Well, Evan, really,
Right.
the only con he has is that he might get a bit snappy or stubborn at times.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't really know. Like, the thing I'm thinking about though, right, is if we have Alexander the Great, as I mentioned when we last talked about him versus Walt Disney, if he comes back, assuming he is able to convince the rulers of whatever countries he previously ruled to let him take back over, then
Mm-hmm.
that then when the outbreak begins in the Taylor Swift concert here in America, we would have a good 9 to 12 months at least to prepare for it.
Yeah.
So that's sort of where I'm leaning. Evan wouldn't really give us that buffer, but Alexander the Great would, and potentially we'd be able to build up an army in that time over in the countries he rules to be able to fight the zombies
Yeah.
properly. So
Mm-hmm.
I think Alexander the Great should move on.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And next up, Caden versus Pablo Escobar. This one's pretty single-sided as well, don't you agree?
Yeah, clearly.
Clearly, the winner is Caden. We don't. We don't even need.
Seriously, yeah.
We don't even need to discuss this. Like, Caden is just him.
Simply can't be beat.
Exactly. He is potentially the ultimate power in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we go on to round 3, Muhammad Ali versus Nigel Tufnell. So
Ooh.
this is where we really need to start thinking for the semifinals. We can't just go on which one is the better in this matchup. We need to start thinking about who
Yeah.
else is going to make it to round 4.
Yeah.
We already have Teddy Roosevelt here in round 4.
Mm-hmm.
So bringing in Muhammad Ali against,
Mm-hmm.
we'd either get Muhammad Ali or Teddy Roosevelt into the semifinals.
Yeah.
So I think it might be better to put Nigel Tufnell
Yeah.
to keep our options
I
open.
think Nigel.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with Curtis Cocaine versus Princess Diana, this one is straight into the semifinals.
Mm.
Yeah. This one's pretty hard because, like, my heart
Yeah.
says Curtis, but my gut says Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on this one?
Curtis Cocaine does have the funnier name.
Yeah, that is true. He does have the funnier name, but Princess Diana has that landmine machine, which would
Oh
be
yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
which would be invaluable for the first week or two. And then if we can keep
Yeah.
getting a supply of diesel to it, it would continue to probably be it could potentially be the thing that causes us to survive as long as we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know though. Like Curtis Cocaine though, he has an aura about him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, oof. I don't know, landmine clearing machine or aura. That is the ultimate question in the universe. This is like
It really is.
yeah, this is very deep stuff. This is like the stuff that Plato used to talk about.
Yeah, this is like really philosophical.
It very much is. What is the superior decision here? One's ability to generate and create aura, or one's ability to bring in a giant chainsaw?
Do we need the coin flip again?
I think so, yes. We'll make Curtis Cocaine heads and Princess Diana tails.
Okay. Let me get a good coin.
Alright.
Okay. It is Tails.
All right, Princess Diana moves on. Next up, we have Caleb versus Larry the Cable Guy. I'm thinking this one. I don't know. I think this one. I'm leaning towards Caleb.
Too.
Yeah,
but it's also labeled Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like Larry the Cable Guy, he just has the it factor, you know?
He does.
Yeah, it factor or intelligence. I feel like Caleb could probably learn all of the knowledge Larry the Cable Guy has, but the one thing he could not learn is how to do that voice.
Like, he couldn't learn to be Larry the Cable Guy.
Yes. It's like that thing, you know, what is it? There's some quote or something about how you can copy someone's identity, but you can never be that person. It's kind of like that. Caleb can copy Larry the Cable Guy's knowledge, but he will never be Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think logically we have to go with Caleb, but on this one, I am willing to be talked out of it, I think, if you want to argue for Larry the Cable Guy.
Okay. I think logically we should go with Caleb.
Alright. I'm sorry, Larry the Cable Guy. You have done a lot better than I...
Wait. Actually, wait.
What is it?
But Steve goes against Joan of Arc next.
That is very true. Which means if we odds are this is going to end up being Joan of Arc, if we're being fully honest.
Yeah.
And we've already down here as well got Jordan, and we've got Nigel Tufnell and his incredible genius potentially making it as well. So maybe we should spare Larry the Cable Guy so he can at least have the bragging rights of making it to round 4.
Yeah.
Yes, alright. Yeah, I think Larry the Cable Guy should move on.
Yes. Sorry, Caleb.
Yep, sorry. You did well, buddy. You beat Kanye and you beat Karl Marx. That's quite the achievement there. Next up, we have Steve versus Joan of Arc. I think this is pretty obvious. Joan of Arc.
Yeah, because like she wouldn't have the. Oh, we can save them.
Yeah, she wouldn't think like that, and I think it's safe to say she's a much better real-world fighter than Steve.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joan of Arc. Next up, Amelia Earhart versus Jordan. The battle of geek versus nerd right here. This one's,
okay.
Yeah. This one's pretty difficult, honestly.
I will say, part of our pros for Amelia Earhart is that she can fly.
True. Jordan cannot fly.
But part of our cons for Taylor Swift was that a jet would not be useful if we didn't have the fuel for it.
That is a good point. So I kind of feel like the flying thing we should just ignore here.
Yeah.
So let's see. And like
so it's him knowing things.
Yeah, Jordan.
And her knowing how to do things.
Yes, it is the thinker versus the doer right here. And what do we need more of? Well, if we look at our previous lineup, we already have a couple of doers in Joan of Arc and Teddy Roosevelt moving on, but we don't have many deep thinkers besides Nigel Tufnell. So and we don't have many aura farmers either. So I think Jordan needs to move on.
Yeah, I think Jordan.
And next up, Alexander the Great versus Caden.
We all know the answer.
Yep. Caden moves on to the round 4. Oh no, we're getting some really difficult ones now. Nigel Tufnell versus Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, this is hard.
Yes, this is very, very difficult. Who do we pick? Teddy Roosevelt is probably the better choice, but Nigel Tufnell is just too perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Well, we also need to think about how many fires we'll have versus how many people to keep up morale.
Yes, like Princess Diana.
You don't want a bunch of depressed people in the apocalypse.
Princess Diana has already made into the semifinals as well, so she's gonna have the fighting machine. And Joan of Arc is probably gonna beat Larry the Cable Guy, if we're being fully honest. So yeah. I don't know, as much as I want to choose Teddy Roosevelt just because he is an expert hunter, we've already got an expert hunter here. So I think we need to move on the antidepressant that is Nigel Tufnell.
I think so.
Yes. So sorry, Teddy Roosevelt.
As surprising as it is.
Yes, so we already have half of our lineup in Nigel Tufnell and Princess Diana. Now, next up, Larry the Cable Guy versus Joan of Arc. This one's pretty easy, I'd say.
Yeah, it's Joan of Arc.
Yeah, sorry, Larry the Cable Guy.
And you made it so far.
Yes, you did. You've come so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. And then finally, Jordan versus Caden. I think we have to genuinely discuss this one.
Yeah.
This is
the
final boss of Bon Caden.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to discuss this here is to discuss Bon Caden versus the IRS. I think that's the only way to decide this.
Probably.
Yeah, so let's see. Bon Caden's performance at the talent show was, I'd say, was a pretty good one. Bon Caden got a standing ovation.
It did.
Yeah, but Bon Caden, they were the only group to get the only person, rather, or only act to get a standing ovation as well that night. But on the other hand, the IRS nearly won doing an original song. So while they didn't get the crowd vote, they did do the better thing.
Yeah.
So, and we've already mentioned that popularity isn't gonna count for much on here.
I will say, because we've mentioned it with other things, I think Caden would also want to be the one in charge.
True, he would want to be the one in charge. He would want to be the main character, but
Yeah, and Jordan seems like he'd be okay with not being in charge.
Yeah, Jordan would want to be like the aura farming cool side character who doesn't need the spotlight as long as he gets a moment or two to aura farm. So, yeah, I think Jordan gets to join us in the final four. Yes, are you happy with that?
I think so, yeah.
All right, Jordan moves on. So now, should we figure out which one would be the best third in command, or should we stop it here?
We can do that, yeah.
Right. I think out of these two, Nigel Tufnell wins this easily.
Nigel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now this
so he'd
one.
Be our... Ooh.
This one's a bit harder, but I think at the end of the day, we've got to make it Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc, yeah.
Jordan he wouldn't be very good in a leadership role, I don't think.
No.
And now this right here is the most difficult one of them all. Who should be the third in command? Who should be our right hand?
Well, so I don't know if we've explained this much to the video, but we've set up our roles as you are the main fighter because you are you, and then I'm more of like the therapist and all of that. And like I think I could do strategy if need be.
So we already have a fighter and then a therapist, but we don't have a funny man in the top in the top three. So I think Nigel goes all the way here.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, and we have a winner. All right, our official zombie survival group consists of me, you, Nigel Tufnell is our right hand, and then Joan of Arc, Jordan, and Princess Diana.
Greatest team possible.
It is. The only thing I say could have been a bit better, which, we did the best we could with the draw we've got.
Mhm.
I think the
Yeah.
only thing really that could be a bit better would be swap Princess Diana out for either Teddy Roosevelt, Caleb,
Yeah.
or Caden.
Yeah.
That might be the only thing that would
Because
improve it.
all she really had was the fancy drill
Yeah, that's the only thing. So,
and memes.
yep, that and the memes. So here, I will really quickly just scroll down this so that people can see how exactly we came to this conclusion, what all the matchups were. If they just want to get the TLDR of it all. Though they would miss our expert commentary and deep philosophical discussions, so...
Exactly.
I'm going to stay on this one a bit longer because it cuts off halfway.
Mhm.
So that is it. That is the entire bracket. So
Yeah.
the next one we should do mysterious death intrigue bracket. Yes, but I think that's it for now. So good night, loyal viewers.
Indeed. Good night.